I restarted the stream and apparently it's okay again now. Dinosaur Fire Chief, are you back with us? Twitch is having a... Alright. Okay. So as I was saying, Nomancer is a twin stick shooter. It was never designed as a game with lots of depth. It has got a lot of replayability. It's got a lot of deep content and large unlocks, all that. But it was never designed as something you go, I'm going to dedicate my life to this. To a degree, my pitch, and it's only a pitch, is Transport Tycoon, but console friendly with elves and dwarves and humans. That's kind of my entire pitch. That's it. There's nothing else. Todd wants a much more complicated game with territory control and war, and I'm like, right, okay, but Transport Tycoon doesn't have any of that, and I don't ever go to Transport Tycoon. You know what? I want territory control, because I just don't. Either way, now, as I said, I was under the impression I would just be able to go, cool, and just Google pictures of trains, but I can't. I have looked. This, I'm about to show you, pretty much the only 10 pictures of the internet that help in the slightest. So, not very useful, but a battleship train. This is very good. This is where I suspect our skill set drops down, because they've got stuff like this dwarf train that's made out of a beer barrel, which I thought is really cool. Another dwarven train there. So that's a tweak on the old rocket. And I like that. That I really like. Now that is interesting, because that to me just says Warhammer Dwarf. I don't know why, but it does. Now that to me is something I would just say to Andy. Andy, like that, but not so we're going to get into trouble. And I like the design of that an awful lot. I really do. And that's it for dwarves. And then we've got an orc train. I really love the design, love the look of those ones. Yeah, but that's it. There, and I love the undead one. If I kind of like the idea of doing it, then doing an evil pack, and then doing the combat game as a third game. But that's it. I cannot find anything else. This is not something that exists. This is not something anyone has ever done. Warhammer has no trains. There is no swords and sorcery trains. That is the closest I can find. It's a wonderful piece of art someone's done, and it looks very Warhammer Dwarven. I mean, that looks like, I think that's a century liner, I want to say. Fuck me, I am good. Yeah, that's the front of a century liner. Now, those wings are... that's near me, that one. Yeah, there we go. That is basically one of those. With the wings. Now, what train has the wings? Like that's definitely something I've seen before. Those little wings. But oh, they look awesome. They look like they're out of they're out of Fallout. 1936. It's not even slightly the right era. That's a lovely image. Yeah, that's... Oh, for fuck's sake. Why when I click on this I just get taken to a bunch of shit? Why is Google so much better at showing me your pictures than you are? But they... No, the Harry Potter... I forgot what that is now. What is it? It is a... GWR 4900. No, it's not got the bits. But this is what I mean. This is not something that's been done before. This is something original, which very rarely happens. No matter how much people have a go at me for stuff not being original or whatever, it's generally not, as a rule of thumb. Stuff is not original, everything's a remix, as the old thing goes. So... lost my train of thought now. Andy got the textures. I fixed the normals. Reading the Y position of the object. What's the comment? The comment is... Did we get renderer? I guess we can get renderer location. Only the Y is liable to be useful. Public folk cached Y. Comment, this is only really any use in 2D games. Let's have a look. For those of you who are doing 3D printing, there's an amazing link there. Prusa are printing face masks. Oh, wow. Is that real? That's so cool. There were some amazing designs in the 30s, weren't there? That looks awesome. That looks like the bit like the one out of Half-Life. Oops. It'll come to me. There's definitely a train with wings on it like that. But pretty much, Andy will be nicely asked to do a train that looks like that for the doors. I really like that look a lot. And there just isn't. Not only... So, there's no... There's not even any models I can buy. I have nearly all the train models on the Unity Asset Store. There's almost none, which is a bit more surprising given how common trains are. Oh yes, I mean, it would just pretty much be Transport Tycoon, but with a sword and sorcery theme. More or less, we're talking about the dwarves make they're the equivalent of the coal mine or the iron mine. And then the humans will take that and they will beat those into weapons. So weapons and armor come from humans, which require stuff from the dwarves. And then the elves, they add magic in, and that's kind of a higher tier, and then you sell them. So it's pretty much Transport Tycoon. Again, if you have played Transport Tycoon a lot, you'd have played on the harder difficulties, where you can play in Toyland and stuff, and it's a bit more like that. I have no desire to make the game as complicated or as difficult as Transport Tycoon. It's very important to me that this would work on console if it turns into a game. Again, there's no direct plans for that. There are currently no train games. There are no logistics games on Steam. There are no train games on Steam. You know, you've got train driving games. You've not got logistics type games. No, Zebra, because humans definitely aren't known. Humans make swords. Dwarves mine stuff. I am a dwarf and I'm digging the hole. Ring a bell. Dwarves mine stuff. Humans make stuff. Elves do magic. Done. Tramp. I don't know, never played it. No, on Steam, on consoles. Is it any good? Like, Transport Tycoon worked well by just having a sheer... That's very pretty, don't we? That's very nice. But Transport Tycoon worked just by having a massive rail network. And I'm not seeing any pictures of massive rail networks here. I'm seeing very boring, realistic looking ones. No, on console, there's nothing. So I have a unique hook and I have a unique platform. And I'm like, ah. Now I'm probably going to break everything with this. I will fix it, don't worry. I've never played it. I mean, on PC. Let me rephrase it to you this, Aaron. Let me rephrase it. Transport Fever costs $40. Why would I play it over Transport Tycoon? I mean, they're not even selling it to me here. They start off with a picture of a train station, then a picture of cars. Don't think about that. That is very impressive graphics. And my God, are they in dire need of ambient occlusion there. There's a picture of a boat. Here's a picture of an airplane. Here's a picture of 2 trains and a man in his default pose. Here are some trains. 2 more trains. Nice smoke. I think that's more what my smoke should be like. Notice how we're 8 screenshots in and I don't know what the game is yet. Yep, I wouldn't buy it. Based on whatever the game is, on those screenshots, there is no way I'd buy it. At all. Wouldn't go near it with the barge pole. Why would I? When I could play Transport Tycoon for free. No, fuck that. That is what the game comes up with. Apparently, it's a picture train station. I don't watch trailers, as a rule. Certainly the ones on Steam. Notice how bad the trailer is. But oh god, this just turns me off. Like Transport Tycoon is lovely and stylized and just so cool. This, on the other hand, looks, and I'm not being mean, this looks like Unity Asset Store assets. It's got that sort of very clean look about it. It's too clean. Everything's very, very clean. Now I'll only watch a trailer if the screenshots or the premise looks good. This doesn't. This looks like the sort of thing that Josh from Game It Out would just destroy. This doesn't look like Transport Tycoon. Transport Tycoon it's more of a puzzle game. Like don't worry, I think the graphics in this are amazing overall at the set, but for scope, but everything just looks too clean and I don't want to say it looks like a Unity Asset Store pack game, but it kind of does. But that hasn't sold the game to me in the slightest. But if it on console is kind of my point. It looks like City Skylines, yeah, which is not a bad thing. I'd say that is not a major criticism, but it just doesn't really interest me. Just a Y that's off. Oh. Wait, hold on. Yes, it is. The trailer shows me nothing other than it's a bit like City Skylines, and I didn't want to play City Skylines. I wouldn't want to play that. The gameplay. Wait, that trailer we just watched didn't show any gameplay at all. All it showed was some cities appearing and tram and buses being things. But as I said, a lot with that, I don't see why I would play that over Transport Tycoon. Really, you might. That's cool. I would never judge somebody else for playing another game. Play what the hell you like. But for me, I don't know. I want to edit layer 2, but I want the background to be layer. Okay, just wanted to get rid of this grass because I can. Right, is everything else at the right height? I mean, if I look at Transport Tycoon, for the sake of argument, again, it's a free game, bear that in mind, but that's not a good picture. Nope. Oh wow, there's actually, I haven't seen that. Yeah, there you go. That's where I start to go, ooh. Oh cool, it runs in the browser. Oh, brilliant. No, must behave. Oh wow, I didn't realise it was ported to PlayStation. I had to, is that actually? I might look at that because, oh god, I'm gonna have to find the image. Hold on, in theory I should be able to find an image and play it on my PlayStation Mini. But that looks. So that's how I want it to look. This is what I mean. Yeah, but this is from 1997 on the PlayStation 1. But that looks lovely. I like the style of that a lot. It's a direct drive printer. Cheap printers are direct drive. Direct drive has certain advantages. Bowden and tubes have certain advantages. I've not really modded mine. I've just put some stability bits and bobs onto it. And MOSFETs. I'm just going to make a note on my to-do list. It's not... That's how Transport Tycoon looked. They've made that look 3D really nicely. But anyway, my point was, before I got tracked into holy shit, there's a 3D version. That's what that sells me on the game. Like that. Ugh. I'm like, oh, look at all the trains and they're all moving. Like the trailer would just be loads and loads and loads and loads of trains. Like that looks that interests me, just like that. Transport Tycoon 2 was unfortunately not very good. It was essentially a hack on top of Roller Coaster Tycoon. Oh, it's not the graphics. It's not the graphics I'm talking about. This is a logistics game. You have to get stuff from A to B to C. Transport Fever. What do I do in it? Build cities? Look at trains? There are boats. There's an air... I don't know. Transport Tycoon. It's fundamentally... Fuck off. God's sake. Transport Tycoon is fundamentally A to B to C, but allows you to do ridiculous things like that. And that is where I get very interested in, like, you're doing ooh, madness. And then someone on Indie Retro News did Voxel Tycoon. I wonder if it ever came out. I noticed those aren't voxels. Oh, it did come out though. Oh. No, it didn't. Jesus Christ. I like the trains though. Quite like the look of that one. Well, you haven't played it. It never came out. I'm currently avoiding slopes, though. But yeah, it looks like... Well, it looks like the guy broke his arm. Or someone did. I don't understand why people are so bad. You last updated it 3 months ago. Anyway, I forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, heights. Yay, works. Oh, okay. To be fair, releasing your game somewhere other than Steam, getting feedback and fixing it, and then releasing it on Steam is probably not a bad idea, given how much Steam gamers apparently hate computer games. In answer to the unanswered question, no, I've not bothered to play Half-Life Alyx. Not going to. The Eurogamer review went on and on about story and immersion and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, how long is the game? Oh, I'm not mentioning that. Can't be bothered. Doom Eternal. A combination of the best run and gun I have ever played, coupled with some of the shittest puzzles, the shittest mini games, and the shittest fucking jumping puzzles. Oh my god. Like, I'm there, run and gun, and then you get the Marauders. So you're doing this fantastic combat, murder, kill, jump around, and then suddenly you get Marauders who are completely invincible apart from half a second after their eyes flash green. So at the same time as running and jumping and dodging all things, you have to do a freaking timing puzzle. The jumping puzzles, just seriously, are some of the worst I have ever played. I am not exaggerating. It is the worst of the worst. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, can't click on them, can I? Still highly recommend it, but there have genuinely been several points when I'm playing the game and I've quit playing a number of times, going, I just can't be bothered to do this puzzle. And there's nothing more sinking than seeing one of the monkey bars going, oh, here comes the puzzle. But the run and gun is glorious, absolutely great. It's just a shame that sometimes there is stuff other than run and gun. Awesome. I've got too many things open. Let's start to close a few. So yeah, Andy, once you've done the tray, once you've done the station, and you should do the head, because I can print the head, and then once you've done that, I want a dwarf train. I totally do. I don't know if I can rotate stuff in this, can I? Yes, I can. Actually, just crossed my mind. I don't need to do this quite that. Why don't I have? Yeah, let me just twiddle this a second. So this could become wall tile number 2. Unity, what are you doing? And that means that these move across because I've got variants. Now we'll see. I can always add more variants if I need them, but right now I just don't see the point in going nuts on that. Has literally none of you guys played Doom? Have you seriously missed out? So Doom, I got Doom on Xbox Live Game Pass, and I will not lie, I wasn't expecting great things, and it is absolutely unbelievable. The game itself is just incredibly satisfying, polished, old school, great. I genuinely cannot recommend it, even more so because it's free on Game Pass, but genuinely really, really good. Right, which way did I rotate that? That way. Just the sheer polish of it, just the unbelievable animation, graphics, quality, speed of gameplay, just everything about it is proper. It's Doom, and that's the thing. It's old Doom. It's Doom. It's games as games are not anymore. I want wall tile 01. 021 I can go. But I said I didn't actually expect much of it. I thought, yeah, I'm sure everyone's very impressed. And I played it and went, holy shit, this is great. They say it's like God of War. It's one of those games that's incredibly satisfying with just awesome combat. Where it falls down in the Doom Eternal is they decided to try and make more, and I don't know why you would do that. It's I don't know how to say that saying too pretentious. It's watered it down. It's the best way I can describe it. Also, they're crap. I don't know if you've got. I'm sure you played Half-Life, and I'm sure at the end of Half-Life you remember the bit where you had to run around in Zen and there's other jumping puzzles, and everyone hated it. It's like they went, you know that bit at the end of Half-Life? Yeah, let's put that in. No, don't put that in. And if you don't like first-person shooters, well, it's not likely to convert you. But say as a a game, and a game, not a 10-hour story-based experience, not an allegory, just simply a game. I have genuinely not played anything so awesome. You know, it doesn't quite have the same impact the original Doom did, because that was unbelievable. It just blew us all away. No one could believe, genuinely, no one could believe that you could even get a game like Doom. It's just hilarious how it was. Like, no one, I can describe it. Just like when Doom came out, people were looking at it going, how does what? It's a bit like playing God of War on the PSP, where you wonder whether or not Sony has secretly shipped some sort of magic alien computer inside your PSP to make it run it. Oh yeah, Cabanera the Iron Fortress is way up my list. Essentially, if I continue with this, I have a bit of a game plan. Not a whole game plan, just some of a game plan. Okay, that's wrong. Why is it wrong? Inner corner 1, corner 2. Alright, that should be straight 1. And then we've got straight 2. Inner corner 2. Outer corner 2. But yeah, Cabanera the Iron Fortress is awesome, and I would very, very much love to have millions of zombies and guns. Cliff outer corner 1. Ah. Convex is outer corner. So I got that right. Hey. Right, now in theory then, I should just be able to use these ones. All apart from that, it doesn't tile very well. Seems to work. Okay, and the next set. But yeah, usually I play games that are popular and just go, eh. Like, very often, I'm afraid, I'd like to say I go, wow, that's brilliant, but quite often I just go, yeah, that's alright. I wish I enjoyed more mainstream games, but I've never really been a mainstream game player. Which is a pain in the arse, of course, when it comes to developing games that I want to play. Because the games I want to play are, you know, logistics and transport games, stuff like that, which are a bit more popular these days. But and then continue to rotate. Yeah, we're going to have to see about Nomancer. It's whether or not I need to, how much the system I will need to implement in order to get this on the Switch. I'm acutely aware the Switch is not as capable as the PC, and we do have 4-player split screen, which is definitely a nightmare. Okay, so let's put these in a nice order. Why I keep doing it on the screen you can't see. I do apologise. Concave 1, concave 2, concave 3, convex 1, convex 2, convex 3. Okay, so this is now... Alright, I need to edit this one. I'm doing it one at a time, getting that one right, and then moving on to the next one. So you are Cliff Straight 3. You are Cliff Inner Corner 3. And you are Cliff Outer Corner 3. Apply that to the GPU manager. Number 3. Number 3. Oh, to add them to the tile sheet. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, now I need to add them to the map. So in a minute, it will get to the point where I can start to join things up if I wanted to. I suppose Brian hasn't come and joined us yet. He's my map guy. Looking good. apart from, I am going to need to tell them. To render two-sided shadows. So everything between that and that. Oh. That doesn't seem to be an option. Might support it if I do. So that's how it should be. I don't know, honestly, whether or not that's going to work. Now that could be an issue because I need to write a shader that's two-sided. I doubt I'm going to... I mean, this thing does have a wiki, but I doubt it's a good thing it's going to support it. Great. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I didn't write the GPU occlusion system, by the way. I'm simply stacking on top of it. Thankfully. Yeah. To be yeah, okay. I mean, the worst case scenario is I will need to write another shader of some sort. It's not a difficult shader, it's just a bog standard shader that is two-sided. So there's no culling. Because the issue is the shadow's casting from this side and there's nothing there. Okay, let's do the last three then. Where? Is there any music on? I should probably start looking into question for you really, the viewers. So I vary so much in how many viewers I get. Somewhere between 10 and 100, depending on. I don't really know what it depends on. Just depends on time of the. I don't know. When you're watching streams, because I mean, a lot of you're using me as background noise. Thanks. I'm guessing you've also got music on as well. Because I personally don't like it when streamers have music on. Because almost never is their music going to be something I want to listen to. Like, that's quite rare, really. So I get a little bit annoyed when streamers have got music on. What are your thoughts? I'm curious whether it's just me. I'm old and crotchety, so that's fine. Dinosaur Fire Chief, the way I would phrase it is that pretty gets people in and deep gets people to stay. Okay, because I do listen to music, but if I listen to music, it means you can't hear whatever game I'm working on. But if you can hear, otherwise, what I've done before is I've streamed stuff, and how can I phrase it? I've streamed stuff, I've streamed games, and then I've had headphones in, so I can't hear the game, but I can hear my own music. Because I also get the issue if I listen to music I want to, I'm just going to get copyright strikes anyway. But I have a lot of streamers I know that it's nearly always the small ones. The big ones don't do it. Because Dire Wolf does it. And he puts music over the top of FortressCraft's music. It means to the point where I can't have him in the background because I just want to listen, do my own thing. And it's like, oh, that seems interesting, and tab back. And I can't do that because he's got music on. So I have to be paying attention to whatever it is he's doing. I said I don't know because obviously I can only comment on what I actually like, not what anybody else does. Okay. Okay, which one got wrong? That should be cliff straight. 4, 3, 2, 1. Outer corner 4, 3, 2, 1, and inner corner 4. Outer corner, inner corner 4. But yeah, right now, quite often, Todd and I, we've got a game on the go that will eventually come out. It was Adapter, it was PacketStorm. We don't currently have anything. For those of you who followed adapter, I mean, you'll be aware we spent about 4 years on it. Games do not come quickly. Okay. What? Oh, I haven't assigned to the GPU thingy. I'm supposed to get an error for that. Or a warning or anything. Just, nope. That's fine. 1, 2, 3. Hey! Now this means, in theory, I can just pop together a quick test. Now what I can't do currently is have any solidity, because we don't have a tile for that. So I can do that. And that's cool. But what I can't do is put it on the right layer. Oh no, that is the right layer. There's the right layer, yeah. And then I don't have any height support. But it means you can have weird and wonderful shapes. So where it already exists, it's much easier. Hopefully that should work perfectly. Well, hopefully everything works perfectly, but you know. Yay. It's weird how it doesn't seem to quite line up, though. I wonder if that is the normal map. Oh, it's actually just present in the model. I wonder if this is... I hate it when I click calculate normals as opposed to Import normals, and they change. They shouldn't change. Oh dear. Oh, let's see. That's giving us a flatter top. That's really strange. Oh, why did they do it? I keep getting textures, right? And the textures are in atlases, and the size of the atlas is set to... It is... The size of the import is set smaller than the atlas. I've just doubled the quality of that by clicking a button. That's very annoying, though. I'm going to leave that going around. I'm going to go and grab myself another drink as I'm out. Remember, you should hydrate. Also, if you're working from home, 9 PM is where you should change from your daytime pajamas to your nighttime pajamas. I'll be back in a moment. I actually have a Jedi Knight bathrobe, so I'm not sure that would be any better. I do like this this asset, by the way. It's not quite blending in. Again, this would be the sort of thing where Todd would need to do a pass across everything and tie it all together more. On Unity, I hit play, do the play. But yeah, when I see people talk about, you know, art styles don't match, I'm talking about what I saw there, where this is glowing and the rest of it's got a bit of a muted look. If it's up to me, all games will look like this. Oh, that looks. I like that. See, I like that a lot. I don't care what you think. I might just leave it like that and not tell anyone. Still don't know which trees I like, though. So I set up a forest that's, you know, not stupid looking as well. Unfortunately, this tree system is slightly more of a pain than the other one. Now, which was the one that looked good under the trees? Was it that one? Edit layer and... Oh, right, don't do that. Sorry, just had to sneeze. I get quite not panicky when I sneeze. I always sneeze. I've been a sneezy person my whole life. And I'm like, oh God, I'm ill! But I'm just sneezing. Oh, punching the microphone again. If I can... Did I add in a scale for things? I think I did. Oh. Now, here it becomes... I have added in a random scale. Unfortunately, there is no chance, I don't think, that the leaves and the branch will obey the same scale. Actually, they might. Maybe I wrote it. Or if they aren't, I can get away with it. See, that looks much better. Random sizes, and I already have a button marked rotate around Y when spawn. So what will happen now is they will rotate randomly along their up axis. So now they look much less uniform. Now I should also be able to do like a, don't know if it'll look any good. A lot of games programming, games, not tech, a lot of it's just experimenting, going, I wonder if this would be any good. Oh, that's really good. I wonder if that would be any good. Oh, that's rubbish. That's why you sometimes end up with stuff in games that's rubbish because that thing didn't work. Yeah, so I can't do that shape because I don't have a solid green tile. That's not bad. Still bemused about the weird tiling, but that doesn't look bad at all. Mostly looks as bad as the grass. That grass looks good. That grass looks bad. So is there a wall? Might be one of these. Let's have a look. Oh, no. Things like this should go in, but that's not what I meant. Floor with wall? Why is it putting it there? No. Then we have a bunch of things called floor variability. Which is fine, but I need the solid one. So this is actually a good example of why I've got that blending system. Otherwise, I would have to have had, what's this, 4, 8, 12, 14 different tiles. What I've currently got now is system of 2. Now, don't get me wrong, these look very nice. They look probably better than my one do. But what I've got is good enough. I am struggling to find... Alright, well, I have to put them all down. Actually, I wonder if it should just be... Now, hold on, there's a floor 1 and a floor 2. Ah, that's what I wanted. Cliff grass. The other reason, by the way, to use a test bed over using FortressCraft is that this thing compiles in half a second, whereas FortressCraft compiles in quite a lot more than half a second. Then that should should just work. I'll do what I did in No Man's, so that for the tile, which is it's a green tile, but with an up arrow. So hopefully now I should be able to do, you can just do something mishmashy here. Have fun, Zebra. Don't worry, when Andy starts paying attention again, I'm just going to tell him in a nice way. Model me a dwarf train. Which should look awesome. That again, that would be enough for me to at least hit wish list. And I think that is kind of a goal. Because we don't... I mean, that mock-up that I keep showing you was about 4 hours. It looks great, but it really wasn't that much time. So I'm quite happy to invest some time into essentially what is marketing. Because what we don't have from Projector Games is anything where I can share cool videos and people go, oh my god, that looks so cool. Whereas I do pay attention to sort of like the Unity 3D Reddit sub-forum, and they just have a lot of people just posting videos of their game, going, hey, I made this. And sometimes they're like, hey guys, we've got 2 options for the Dwarf Warrior armor, what do you think? But it's so patently obvious. They're like, I am advertising my game, which is fine, but it's just the very coy approach some people take. I suppose I haven't seen Todd today. He's around. He's not come and join me. Probably. Just make sure I haven't screwed up the layers as well. So no Mancer, we have an issue that we try not to put floor tiles where we don't need them because they do cost something to render. Whereas in this, it doesn't matter whether they're running one floor tile or 50, it's exactly the same cost. So more advantages for this system. Okay, that's wrong. That looks pretty good though, actually. I'm quite pleased with that. If I've done wrong. Yep, that's definitely the wrong tile. And is that the wrong size? Is it? Why is it a different colour? Why is it flickery? Let me move it up in the air a meter so I can see what's going on. Is it too big? Did I... Let me make it half the size, which I'm sure shouldn't work. Oh, yeah, that's 2 tiles. That's why. I am smart. Still the wrong colour though. I forgot which button makes the train go quickly. I love the scale though. Quite a small train. Enormous trees. But the terrain system, I'm super pleased with it. All right, guys, I am going to call it there as I have got a few things to do. Todd, I'll give you a call in a minute because I'd like to just sort of go over stuff with you and go. Tomorrow I will see if I can go outside on my motorbike to my workshop at the arcade because I have not been out of the house in ages, and I will not get sick, I promise. Thursday I'd like to do the tessellation stuff. Holy shit, they've swum the Olympics. Wow, okay, good. Tomorrow Thursday I'd like to do a bit of the tessellation stuff, which will be for FortressCraft again. And Friday, we'll see. Thursday should be No Matter, I guess, and Friday, I don't know. I will try and stream more, as I said, so, if you want to, you can join in. This texture stuff broke me a bit, but worth it in a sec. So I am going to head off. I will potentially, again, some more Splitting games, let me know. I might actually play Doom Eternal again tonight. I keep tempted to stream it, but I need to find a microphone. Other than that, I will see you guys. Most likely I will stream on Thursday. So take care, and I shall see you then.